Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Welcome, and happy Sunday to everyone out there. Welcome to the Screen Time Continuum. It is I, Keelan. I'm here for you, here with you, and here with me is Nick. What's going on, Nick? How's you doing?
Hey man, happy Sunday. I'm good. How
Happy
are you?
Sunday. Oh man, I absolutely cannot complain. Happy Sunday, I want to say, is the right way to segue into this and to lead into telling you about my Sunday because it
Mm.
was marvelous. I
Pun.
gotta. Dang it. Uh, I forgot. Oh, I was just gonna say, I created some madness in the kitchen. I was just gonna make the pun a little longer. I was just,
Marvelous was fine.
it was, but you got me. I really expected to be able to finish it, and you cut me, and I'm like, God damn it, he got me. But overall, definitely enjoyable. So we're here to ask you guys, are you not entertained? And if you're not, that's fine because that's why we're here. Forget the rest of your Sunday. Let us give you some entertainment, some experience, and some information about the Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness trailer. So we're gonna have up here the official Marvel trailer for you. And as we're going through this trailer, if you haven't seen this trailer, listen, it's 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Hit the pause button, run over to YouTube, check it out, come back, see what we got to say, run through it. We're for sure going to be watching it on mute. We don't want to get flagged or dropped. We want you guys to be able to hear what we have to say and know our feelings about it and some of the research we did. So, by all means, if you want to hear it, pause us, go over there to YouTube, check it out really quick. Come right on back over here to the Screen Time Continuum, and we're gonna get busy with you and tell you what's Doctor Strange up to, possibly who we think might be jumping into the multiverse or what's going on in the multiverse. Or maybe there's a theory on whether or not the multiverse is even a part of this movie and it's just a misdirect. But we'll get there.
Yeah. Link to the trailer is in the description in this video. So you can go scroll down real quick and find the trailer so that you can check it out. But yeah, I'm ready when you are, man.
Oh, yeah. We could, I say we could definitely just jump into the first few seconds. You go ahead and pause at the first frame. You there, that's the perfect frame. Yeah, that's a perfect frame to stop that. So this trailer to me, I want to say it this way as we jump into it just from the beginning. This trailer, if you stretch this 2 minutes and 16 seconds out the way we're about to, I swear there's so much information in this trailer. It's absolutely scary. This is going to have to be a 3-hour movie. I'm saying that right now. This has to be a 3-hour movie. If it's not a 3-hour movie, it's a 2-part movie for sure.
Yeah, I could definitely see where it's going to be long. It's not as dense as the Boys trailer that we watched, but
fair.
There is a lot going on in this one.
The Boys will be like 10 to 12 probably hours though.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, it does feel like they added some stuff that I'm like, how is that going to be implemented or added into the story? But I guess we'll have to see. So
right, I think you saw some of the things I saw. We'll get there.
Yeah. So Doctor Strange is opening this up with this sort of like retelling of a nightmare that he's having. And he opens his eyes and
yeah, every night he has the same reoccurring dream, and he closes his eyes and he returns to the same nightmare. What I think is crazy about this nightmare that he says he's having is the theme already of the movie is the multiverse. So I don't believe you're having a dream, Doctor Strange. You astral project. You tap into the mystic arts. You are a master of such. I think you have discovered an ability that you don't know that you have, or the ancient one wasn't able to teach you. However that goes, right? I think that again, and this is why I'm just leading off the bat with I think the entire Doctor Strange and the multiverse thing is a misdirect because it makes it look or seem as if he has no clue as to what's going on. He knows exactly what's going on. He doesn't know how to control it. I think he's in the same situation Wanda was in.
Well, it's funny because right, the whole premise of this is that he started it when he looked into the 14 million timelines or whatever.
Yeah. Wait, what was that? Not Civil War.
Infinity
War. Infinity
Mhm.
War. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like at this point when he goes and meditates and he's looking at the 14 million possibilities or whatever, I guess that's when he makes first contact with the multiverse. And then
I would
everything
believe
kind
so.
of devolves from there, right?
Yeah, I would absolutely believe so. And to be clear, from my end at least, I have yet to see No Way Home. So I am aware that there are certain things in that movie in regards to Doctor Strange that I am missing. I will get there. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it definitely adds to the multiverse thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, like
Well,
it opens up the multiverse for sure.
right. Well, I'm already aware that he does something in regards to trying to help Peter, and it just kind of creates this chaotic. It's basically the what spins the multiverse into madness or whatever the hell.
You know what's really funny is that there's like all of these Disney stories have led up to the character whose show it is or movie it is creating the multiverse.
Yeah,
Like
pretty much.
it was Wanda and then Loki and now Doctor Strange.
Hmm. Yeah, no,
It's kind of
I
weird.
caught the same thing. That's one of those weird things that I caught. Like, so did
Mm,
everybody start the multiverse? But that is a theory. To me, refers more to real life.
mm,
So, a theory that I have batted around and heard before. Um, However many people there are on this planet, right? They say 7+ billion some odd people. If everybody is in control of their own destiny, their own fate, their own will, then essentially we all do create our own multiverse, and boom. That's the easy version of it.
Maybe it
That's
was
way more
Ant-Man that
complex.
first did it though.
When he
Ant-Man went
traveled
in.
back in time.
No, when he went into the quantum.
Oh, quantum dimension is definitely
Well, and you know the Avengers definitely fucked with the multiverse when they went back in time, and you know, so everybody's messing with the
everybody's done
multiverse
it.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I guess wow. So wow, we have to track this way further back. With you bringing all that up, you're absolutely right though.
yeah. You would have to track it back to at least Ant-Man, I would think, because that's the sort of foyer into the multiverse, which is the quantum verse,
Right.
which is kind of tied to that notion. At least the many worlds theory is a quantum mechanics theory. So,
Right.
yeah. And so I guess everybody's been screwing with the multiverse, but
In some, yeah, to some effect.
yeah,
Huh.
and
Fair
everybody
enough.
thinks it's their fault. So we get here Doctor Strange looking at looks like one of the sanctums, maybe
Yeah, it looks like
like
the
deteriorating.
London one.
Right. Yeah, you can see the emblem out the roof too. So yeah, it's definitely a sanctum. And he is everything fades. He says he has the same
I
dream.
dreamed the same dream.
And we get these opening doors.
So wait, now can we back up a little bit because I want to see those doors. See if we can see those doors together.
Oh, sure. Sorry.
Those doors give me uh post Ragnarok vibes. Is weird, but clearly not Asgard. They even look like wow, and he's an X-Men villain. If I can remember his name.
Looks kind of like Beast, or not Beast,
No,
Sabretooth.
not Sabretooth, but he would and it's okay, so I think it's starting to show I have a fascination with Vandal Savage, but there is a Marvel equivalent, and I can't remember his name right now, and it looks like him. He
Yeah.
has like white streaks in his hair, and his hair is kind of fluffed out like that. It's parted straight down the middle, and he has a goatee that goes like this, and it's
Oh.
also black and gray.
Oh, you think that might be a goatee? Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't
For
remember
sure.
his name at the moment. That's what I wanted to see, and that's exactly who it looks like. I just can't
All
remember
right.
his
Fair enough.
name. And the reason I wanted to see that is a couple of other references. I think one of them might be in this particular trailer. But we all know that Professor X, Charles Xavier, is supposed to pop up in this movie. I'm curious to know, is that in another universe or is that something here? And if that is in a different part of the multiverse, I would lead to assume that he would be the equivalent of Doctor Strange or Kang the Conqueror, possibly, on his side, and certain other X-Men could be involved in that as well. People who also somewhat control mystic arts and elements. But we'll get there later.
We'll see. So the doors open up into the stairway that goes to heaven, apparently.
They play that song at that scene. That'd be great.
That'd be pretty cool. A little on the nose, but that's cool. I'm for it. We fade and we get a cup falling to the floor, and then this big explosion. I think this is in one of the multiverse iterations or scenes, because this is where that like bull-headed dude is, right?
Right, but it also seems like a training ground for like, say, either, what was his name? Either Wong or Mordo would, in my opinion, could have somewhere where they're training people in the mystic arts, and this would look like something of that nature. And I only say that because they don't look like they're training for war or anything. They look like they're simply training. That's it. Like,
yeah, well, bow and arrows against whatever the hell's hitting them is not going to help. So.
It's not right. Right, and they look unprepared for whatever's coming at them.
Yeah, for sure. So it's big explosion. Doctor Strange looking shocked at something that we don't see, and then that explosion there.
No, I think this is what he's looking shocked at.
Okay,
because of that blue light was
try to get there.
Oh, that is a person.
So that's what that is. So somebody, is that Mr. Fantastic?
No, because those look like chains, not arms or hands.
Yeah.
So someone is, I guess, being held captive or tortured. Being used, or maybe someone has a specific power, and they're being used to open the portal into the multiverse,
or maybe keeping it together.
Or keeping it together, yeah. But we've seen that where people will be tied up like that, and someone's using their power to harness something.
Yeah, rogue,
sacrificial.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit better.
Oh wow, yeah.
That is somebody is being like drawn and quartered. I think that's what you call that.
And I'm looking, it almost looks like you see like yellow rings around the arms and the legs, which looks like X-Men costume.
Oh, this might be America Chavez.
You think so?
Maybe. Because doesn't she have the bands from Captain Marvel or whatever?
No, she only has the one arm. So apparently, right now, Miss Marvel or America, as she's America Chavez, she's not even Miss Marvel yet. Apparently, she only has like what looks like a gauntlet.
Oh, okay, all right. Then
I could be wrong, but that's
you're probably right.
Looking through.
Oh, that's a better.
You're absolutely right.
That's America Chavez. Yeah,
good call.
Going up against some sort of interdimensional demon.
Yeah, can't call that one.
Kind of looks like a Dormammu.
I was thinking it, but I didn't want to say it. But they need to get more creative because it definitely looks like it's Dormammu with different material.
A smaller Dormammu. Yeah. Mummy Dormammu. There we go. So that is America Chavez being held by that monster. Screaming.
Hey,
Then we
what
get
kind of hair
shot.
tie do you think that is? You think that's like a
Claire's,
right?
Which is this shot's probably in relation to what we just saw, some sort of battle with a monster with America Chavez and probably Doctor Strange too.
Well, I'm thinking if it's okay, so we see America Chavez. Imagine if she's getting pulled in, it would be because of the quantum powers that's been bestowed upon her, which we don't know how that happened. So maybe the movie gives us background into that happening before the show starts.
Maybe.
Or maybe they're gonna Spider-Man her and first get us really excited and then give us a backstory.
Well, that's definitely Doctor Strange, I think, right there. Looks like him, anyways.
You know what? I'm going with what you said because you were right the first time.
All right.
Yeah, that's an alternate version of him for sure.
That's the alternate version. I think that's like one of the evil versions or something.
Perhaps
because he's got a scar on his face.
Oh, so maybe that's where we get America Chavez, is she comes from another dimension and now
Maybe.
she's stuck here.
Yeah, that would make
Mm.
sense. And this is Doctor Strange waking
Wake
up
up
in
from
his
the nightmare.
bed from the nightmare of the multiverse.
It's a pretty nice bed to wake up from a nightmare in.
Yeah, he's doing okay for himself, huh?
I mean, I thought he broke his hands and couldn't work no more.
Right. And then we get the broken watch. Is that from his accident? I think that's
Yes,
from
so
his
that
accident.
is the symbolic "don't forget where you come from"
Mhm.
souvenir. Now, what I'm curious about at this point, they say here now. Notice the nightmare begins as they show this, or as
Mhm.
they show his broken watch. So it's almost like and that's kind of what I was getting at with him not really knowing everything about his power. So it's almost like he has to restart this entire journey to really
Didn't they
understand and
do
find out what's going on.
Didn't they do a what if where Doctor Strange gives up his powers in order to have his like original life back?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think they did that last summer. I could see where he might have to give up all of his powers in order to put the multiverse back together or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get rid of him. Doctor Strange is not marketable enough for another. Maybe they'll give him another movie, but I really doubt it.
I think Benedict Cumberbatch gets enough work and he won't be pushing too hard.
Yeah,
And
probably
I think
not.
that's what happens a lot more than we're aware. It's not just the fans pushing or, so much material left to fill in, but sometimes people are pushing to keep that job. They understand the vehicle in which they've been placed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see. I think this might be the last Doctor Strange movie, but I could be wrong.
I honestly can't say that right now. This is either, again, a 3-hour or a 2-part movie, hands down.
I think it's just going to be 2.5 hours. Yeah,
2.5. That's all you're going for?
We were talking a lot, so
that's true. You think we're going to be cheated out of if it's only 2.5 hours? You think that'd be too short?
Nah, I think it'll be fine because they're really like, this doesn't seem like it's a really Doctor Strange specific movie. There's a lot of people in this movie, so
I have a list.
Right. And so you see Doctor Strange. It looks like he's starting to use chaos magic.
Correct. Yeah. I think that's why in this trailer we haven't gotten to it yet. In a lot of the other trailers, early in it, we get to the Wanda thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the chaos magic is inherent because there is a misconception, I believe, right now that chaos magic is the only thing out there. Like, as far as something different, something that's able to control the world, which we know that's not true, but not just based upon the Infinity Stones. That's not true just based on everything else that's out there. But chaos magic is like what they're using. It's the most prevalent. It's the most popular. It's the fentanyl of powers right now. Everybody's got it.
Well, it makes me wonder though too, since chaos magic is intrinsically sort of tied to the Mind Stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean there are other representations of the Infinity Stones out there in the form of sort of magic?
I mean, so.
You probably have to think that, right?
Yeah. I think so, absolutely. And that's what I mean when I say he's using chaos magic simply because it's like the mainstream power right now.
Right. Yeah. Wanda made it really popular.
Mm-hmm. It made it look really fun. It was boring some episodes, but it was kind of fun to see the way that chaos magic can recreate the world around you, real or fake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it looks like he's practicing with some chaos magic stuff in the Sanctum, and we get a shot of New York.
To protect our world.
New York. And then we get the Wong thing.
I love Wong, bro. I really feel like we need a Wong series.
I think they're going to at some point.
Yeah.
I think they are.
I think
he's the Sorcerer Supreme anyway. So.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm like, he gives us what a real Sorcerer Supreme embodies. He knows when to check Strange, and at the same time, he knew when to back off and let Mordo go on and do his thing.
Yeah, but he doesn't have very much ambition. So, like, I don't think that Wong could have beat Dormammu.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's a monk, and it makes sense that he would be the Sorcerer Supreme in that as sort of aesthetic sense. But like
he's
he
more the
doesn't
teacher
have.
than the soldier.
Yeah, he's not the guy that looks into 14 million different variations to find out how Thanos is beaten.
I agree. He would have got to like 7 and been like, "That's the one."
Yeah. Or did you just said it was over and that's it? You know, because he's a monk. He's okay with dying. Come on.
Right.
So we get them having a little chat. You know, Wong basically telling Doctor Strange that he's reckless, doesn't play by the rules.
Right. I think Sam Raimi is really enjoying playing with the Doctor Strange character, and that's why I think this is going to be a long movie. And also, this movie is going to be 80% effects, so
true.
Why not have a little bit of fun?
Right. So you get some deterioration of the city. Looks like everything's getting snapped.
Yeah,
almost, but much slower. Everything's getting snapped in very slow motion. So
and I think it could be a breaking down of the timelines.
Yeah, or the smashing of universes coming together or something like that.
Right. Now here, is that Nicole Kidman?
No, that's Rachel McAdams, man. That's the nurse lady.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I'll show it again. There we go.
Yep.
Mean Girls.
Didn't recognize her.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who she is as an actress. I mean, I didn't recognize her from the movies.
Looks like she's getting married unless she's wearing white at somebody else's wedding.
I mean, I'd hope that's not some other dude walking out with a corsage.
That is, I think that's.
I would hope that's the dude she's getting married to.
Probably, or a groomsman, but it looks like the guy that she's going to get married to.
Like, I'm looking like he has a name tag. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. All right, so they're looking out. They probably start to see that New York is falling apart, and we see this scene here of New York, people running away. So that could be all of the dematerialization. Then we get the shot of Wanda doing her meditation.
And I think so. This is something I think is going to be a huge part of the movie and very interesting. The different versions of Wanda we get to see. We know we're going to see a couple of different versions of Doctor Strange. But different versions of Wanda, I think, is what's going to be able to redeem Wanda. Like, a big part of this movie is going to be redeeming Wanda.
I don't know if there are other versions of Wanda. Isn't she a constant?
Understand what I mean. The different versions of Wanda are the extremes of Wanda. So the Wanda who's willing to kill, the Wanda who's willing to destroy everything, and then the Wanda who has learned from all of her past transgressions.
Right.
I think that it's going to be like a Scrooge type of thing.
She really killed the vibe with this line that she has in the trailer. I'll get there when I get there. Trust me.
Is it too political for you?
No, it's not that. I'll explain when she says it.
Okay.
But Strange is asking her about the multiverse, and then you get this terribly ADR'd explanation that Vision had theories about it, said that it was dangerous.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
And I think that this is the little scene that we get from the scene before where they're shooting arrows at the thing. That's what I was saying. There's that little Minotaur guy.
Right.
It's got a Minotaur head.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like they all have weapons, but none of them are in.
Yeah,
they don't look like they're ready to fight. They look like they were all hanging out. They just happen to have weapons because they have a training ground there.
I don't know what swords and spears are going to do against
whatever
collapsing universes.
You believed it was dangerous.
Yeah, so you get this like
everything was damn dangerous, for the record.
You get this like rolling cloud. I'm not sure what that would be.
Reminds me of Dormammu.
Yeah, sort of same feel to it. With the Minotaur looking over. Oh, maybe this is you're right. Maybe this is like Shangri-La or like one of those Agartha places, like the mystical Hindu lands or something like that.
Right. But yeah, like one of the tucked off ones, not somewhere that you can just find walking through France or something.
Well, like the Iron Fist. What was the Iron Fist's place called?
Oh, I don't remember, but I know you could only access it at a certain time of day by walking between two particular pillars.
Right.
So what I wonder here, so he pops up here, he's looking at the thing. So did you come and try to set everybody up and protect everybody? Doctor Strange never strikes me as a hero. He always strikes me
Mm-mm.
as the guy who unnecessarily didn't evacuate.
Yeah, he's not very heroic.
Yeah.
Like he's just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, that's why I don't feel like he needs to have another movie, to be honest.
I am buying into the theory you have over there now.
Yeah, especially if you saw Spider-Man No Way Home. Like he's kind of halfway in that movie.
See,
So
this summer,
one man. And you get this you get the shot of the port key opening up into just like an open cosmos area.
Yeah. It looks like those classic video games, and I have to say a classic video game because these new video games don't have it. But the classic video game level where it's like they always have that one bonus level where it's like, oh, in between the levels.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that looks like. Like you found the inside door.
Yeah. Now Mordo's back.
Now I'm glad he's back. And it seems like he is much more level-headed than he was before. So
yeah,
much
I mean, he grew his hair out. He's feeling a little bit more relaxed.
Right.
He's probably got some more wisdom. And you know what? He should be more mad at Wanda than he is at Stephen Strange.
I think whatever. I agree with that. But I think what Wanda did allowed him to leave their plane. And I'm thinking that when they run into each other, he's not in their universe. He's been somewhere else for a while.
I like that nobody's talking about Loki.
I think Loki's going to come up in a little bit, but I'll show you that scene in which I think is going to reference Loki in some ways.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. And so you got
Mordo. I have 3 theories about that scene, but yeah.
Confronting Strange, saying that you're basically a reality criminal. You're destroying reality. I just don't know why I don't. Okay, so like this is another, like, I have to reiterate this point. Doctor Strange isn't the only person that screwed up the multiverse. Why is it all being blamed on him?
Because all of his different versions. I think it might be again, like kind of like the King the Conqueror situation. There's only one real good version, and everybody else kind of is just out to get dirty.
Maybe.
And I mean, it's power. It always comes back to a power thing. He has an immense amount of power at his disposal that he really isn't aware of yet. So any version of him who's more aware, more intelligent, and has less compassion is going to be more dangerous.
Well, it looks like he gets locked up a little bit.
Now, we can pause here really quick.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a timekeeper situation or theory on the internet that I read?
It's the Illuminati.
I heard about that. No, I heard about that theory too. But this theory actually isn't the Illuminati unless Superior Iron Man is in the Illuminati. And that's where you get these Ultron-looking bots that are about to escort him into that.
Right.
And when I read that, I was like, actually,
alternate universe. That's then they could bring Tony Stark back for a cameo.
Right. And then the question is, would that be Tony Stark? Would that be Robert Downey Jr., Tom Cruise? Who would it be?
Oh, they'll bring Robert Downey Jr. back.
I would pray so.
Bring him back. Yeah. They could bring him back. He'll be a little bit older. He'll be the Tony Stark in the Illuminati, and everybody will lose their shit. Tony Stark and Patrick Stewart standing next. Tony Stark, Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart sitting next to each other, like talking about, how they have to keep a wrap on Doctor Strange. Like, come on.
I think we just figured that out.
Yeah.
I think we just accidentally figured that out.
And then you bring in Reed Richards.
Yeah, but they're not going to show Reed because they're still working on that Fantastic Four situation. They probably haven't cast him yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's going to be like a voice type of a thing, like you see over the shoulder kind of a shot.
Yeah. Who else was in the Illuminati?
I'm actually thinking right now. My brain is spinning because I didn't even. I heard about the Illuminati and I thought about Superior Iron Man, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. I think it'd be kind of a cool way to introduce the X-Men working with the Avengers in like that alternate universe where it's like, oh, they already work together. They're the Illuminati now. Yeah.
Okay. I had it right. I didn't want to say it because I thought I was wrong. Black Bolt, Doom, Magneto, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, and Namor.
Okay. So
I was gonna say Black Bolt and Doom. You already said Magneto,
and Professor X too.
Professor X.
Yeah.
Like, isn't he on here? Oh no, why isn't
he was at one point. I think he was.
He's in the picture. He's just not in the list. It's weird.
Right.
So yeah, you're right.
All right, so he gets locked up, and we think that it's definitely a group with Professor X, whoever that is. It could be it could just be the X-Men.
Now, I
That
also
like
had a
Tony
theory that
Stark. Yeah,
they're alternate version timekeepers, and they could be the X-Men. Yes,
yeah.
that was the
Maybe if
third.
just Tony Stark and Professor X got together and made the X-Men instead of the Avengers.
Ooh,
That'd be kind of cool.
that'd be pretty cool.
So you get this is kind of the scene where he walks up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That looks about six or 7. Yep.
Yeah, I can see 2 behind his shoulders, but that looks like 6. That's the Illuminati.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a couple empty seats, so that would make sense that Reed Richards isn't there, and maybe Namor is not there.
Probably Doom's not there either.
Right.
You probably only have 2 people there in reality.
I would say Tony Stark, Professor X, and Sir Ian McKellen, Magneto.
Yeah, that would be the I wouldn't call that a dress, but it looks like a long shawl of a jacket. That would be Magneto's cape.
Right.
Man.
So we'll see.
I think we're better at this than we thought, man.
Just got to get in there. And this is where we should tell him the truth. Patrick Stewart.
I knew, and I heard that, and I was like, oh, snap, that's Patrick. Like, all right. So I know and that's where I was thinking, like, okay, but Professor X, but the bots didn't add up, and that's where Superior Iron Man came from. Did not think of the Illuminati. And so I had read that theory. It just wasn't clicking for me. And now I'm sitting here like, dang, I could have did more homework on the Illuminati.
It'd be kind of cool if they do that. I don't know if they'll explicitly call it the Illuminati. They might call it something else, but
yeah, because they might not be fully formed yet. Because you got to think they might spin it in a way where Magneto's there and everybody, but you got to get Doom and Reed Richards on the same page. And Namor, you have to get him from being a rogue. Excuse me. You have to stop him from being an intergalactic rogue, like literally an intergalactic rogue. So, and technically Namor would be, I'm trying to remember his relationship. Would he be Thanos' uncle or cousin?
Oh, I don't know. I know he's one of the cosmic people.
Yeah, because I think he also is from the same planet. I can't remember the name of that damn planet.
Enter a new dimension. Right. So I think we are going to see most of this movie take place in the alternate dimension where America Chavez is, where Professor X is. I think that'd be the best way to.
That's gonna be a whole. Okay, I get you. Do you, as far as the different dimensions, do you think at any point, and this is just to mostly for America Chavez, do you think that there's going to be a crossover, like she's going to get stuck? Like how do you think that's going to go if we believe that she's in a different dimension? Because I think we both agree that part that much.
I don't think that it's going to matter, because do you remember the Flash, CW?
No.
Okay, so in the Flash, the TV show, they basically just introduced this idea that there was the multiverse in just the DC version, and it just kind of acts as like a way to bring people in when you want to bring them in. So America Chavez could have her own TV show. It could be a totally separate universe. I mean, I don't see why it would have to be associated with the 616 at all.
I mean, yeah, I think both possibilities are there. That's why I'm asking. Because I think that's the entire theory behind, everybody wanting more Miles Morales and all that.
Yeah. So we see this breakthrough. I think this is a Mordo, or no, this isn't Mordo.
This is him trying to save America Chavez.
Oh, right.
Go through that portal a little earlier. And we see that version of him that dives in. That's probably him, but we just saw him changing as he's diving in.
A new dimension of strange. And we get this sort of sanctum-y. Looks almost like Kang's
lair.
Yeah, it looks like his lair. You think that that's where it is?
I absolutely do.
Cool.
I think but again, the different timeline. So something we have to remember that Kang said in Loki is the different versions of him came in different forms and in different shapes. So they don't all look alike. They're not all black men.
Right.
So, Doctor Strange could very well just be a different version of.
Well, the evil Strange might be a Kang.
True. And because Kang is apparently more of a title than a person.
Yeah. That's interesting. Let me see. Yeah, it seems like he's in there. Things just got out of hand.
Now that's a good name for him though, Sinister Strange.
Sinister Strange. That is good.
That's good.
I thought they were gonna call him like Weird Strange.
Yeah, I was thinking something corny.
Or Super Strange.
He already has a corny line. This just got out of hand.
And this is America Chavez, huh?
No, I don't think so.
Or Captain Marvel?
No, I don't think so. I think that's that Iron Man I was talking about.
You think that those are the Iron Man robots?
No. I think that's the superior Iron Man.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And that's just pure energy. It looks like fire, but it's pure energy. But if it's America Chavez, then we already know what's going on. But I think that's too much power because of what I've seen from looking her up. But then again, different universe. I think that's again where it's gonna keep confusing. I'm not gonna say me, but us, like as a consumers.
Yeah,
we're always gonna have to think to ourselves, well, what universe were they in when that happened? So maybe she is able to power up like Captain Marvel in a certain respect because she's stronger in one universe than she is in another.
Seems like she's fighting with Wanda, or whoever it is fighting with Wanda.
With Wanda, yeah.
Or against Wanda, sorry, because you get that shot there.
Oh yeah, against Wanda is definitely.
You know what kind of looks like though? It's not, but it kind of reminds me of the Sentinels from Days of Future Past.
Ooh.
But
whatever happened to? Now you said that and it made me think. Whatever happened to Nova? Weren't we supposed to get a Nova movie?
Right. I think we were supposed to get a TV show at some point.
That would have been awesome.
I think they're doing a Nova Corps.
Okay, and if they do Nova Corps, it's worth the wait because that's just worth it. And he'll be all grown up. It won't be like little Nova trying to figure it out.
So big explosion between Wanda and whoever that is. Maybe Miss Marvel.
Misdirect.
Maybe. This scene?
No. Go ahead.
So you got some fire.
Okay, so this is back to the
ancient area.
Yeah.
I mean, and Doctor Strange is there, so this could be like the last stand. You know,
maybe they've tried everything.
They had to fall back to like Shangri-La or Gartha or whatever.
Okay. Here goes Scarlet Witch. You break the rules.
Oh my god, you break the rules and you get to be a hero. Mm-hmm. Then we see Steven. Oh yeah, what is this? Does he have a statue of himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a statue of him in front of one of the sanctums, which shows. I think that's where the Sinister Strange rules, and I think because even look at this Doctor Strange, that's not the typical hair of the Doctor Strange we have. That hair is a little more slick, maybe it is. Maybe just look crazy from the side.
Maybe
I noticed there's another one whose hair it almost looks like he has a buzz cut with the gray streaks in it.
Right. All right. So this is the biggest problem I have with this movie so far. And I hope that this does not become a central thread of this movie, because Wanda bitching here about how Doctor Strange gets to break the rules and be called a hero, and she doesn't. She gets to become the villain.
Right.
Doctor Strange did not enslave an entire town.
We don't know that yet.
Well, not yet. But she's referring to him breaking the rules as like him.
Nobody did what she did. What she did right now, I agree, stands as the most craziest thing she could have used her chaos magic for.
It's the most villainous thing that we've seen a Marvel character do. It's worse than Thanos. Thanos was impassionate and impersonal.
I agree.
I mean, Wanda did that shit purposefully.
I agree. Yeah, and then played dumb for a whole 2 months.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what happened? Oh, but I fully agree that I hope that that's not like this main trope that they run with.
Yeah.
But I can see, again, I really think a good part of this movie is going to be to try to make Wanda likable again.
They did too. They went too far. No, you know what it is? They didn't realize. Well, maybe they did. Maybe they have all this planned out, and this is the way it's supposed to go. But I don't think they realized how sinister what Wanda did was. I don't even think we realized it when we first reviewed it. Looking back at it, it's like, wow, that is one of the most fucked up things we've seen out of a Marvel character.
Lex Luthor would have never.
I know. It's mentally enslaving children and keeping them from their mothers. Like, what the fuck, dude?
It was pretty
Yikes.
bad. I'm not. I think it's only going to get worse. In fact, as it gets older, it's not going
Mhm.
to age. It's going to age well in terms of impact. It's not going to age well in terms of like this is real cookie cutter, because it's not.
Well, here's my question. Do you think that this leads to the House of M and her killing off all the characters that we once
Well,
knew?
we speculated to that while we were watching her
WandaVision.
show. Yeah,
Yeah.
WandaVision. At this point, Doctor Strange kind of leaves that, like, maybe we'll see Mephisto in some ways,
Mm, right.
through the multiverse. And if not, then I think that kind of just gets cast away if it doesn't pop up in this movie. No,
Yeah. Because I hear, well, I've heard rumors that you're going to see a lot of death out of this one.
So
So,
I could assume that. Yeah, that again, this isn't one of those. I think one thing, and this is why I think this movie is a misdirection. Again, this is one of those movies. They always say Doctor Strange is one of the darker characters, right? They're gonna try to prove that with this movie.
mhm.
So this movie's not gonna really be, in my opinion, if this movie is rated PG or even like just
I
rate
think it's
this
gotta be
R, let
13.
them drop. It's gonna be 13, I believe. But
Mhm.
rated R, let them drop like 3 F-bombs, and then you can actually make this movie as nasty and mean as you need to. Because if you're not able to enjoy this side of Doctor Strange, then they can't go in, like you were saying, they can't go any further with the story.
Yeah.
They
I think
just
it's
can't.
funny. It's like the people that this stuff caters to are getting older, so you have to take it out of the PG playground. You know what I mean? Like comic book movies still are for millennials. Like
Look,
Zoomers don't give as much of a shit. Like
mhm.
it's really about the millennial audience, and they're in their 30s now. So either make
Oh,
comic book movies that are rated R, or just stop making them.
well, and if you don't believe us, watch this. The Boys, Invincible.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Deadpool.
Great, Deadpool. The only
Mhm.
one that I could say, what is that? Doom Patrol.
Mhm.
They're not as bad. They're kind of satirical, but they're right on the borderline of it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's proven that it
Peacemaker.
works.
Right.
Right. Peacemaker. It's proven that it's there. You just have to be willing to tip the cap. And just because people aren't going to take their 4-year-old to see it doesn't mean it's not successful.
Right. And so we get to see Wanda looking at her grieving self.
And you see what I'm saying about the different
Yeah.
versions, like her seeing herself from the outside looking in, not
Oh,
necessarily.
good. She's gonna forgive herself again.
I forgive you, Wanda. You
I
meant no
forgive you.
harm.
I forgive you for all of the enslavement that you did to those people because your robot boyfriend died.
And you see the scar in the middle of her forehead,
Yeah.
as if she had the Mind Stone ripped out of her head,
Interesting.
or the chaos
Yeah.
reality stone, as they call
Doesn't seem fair. Oh, girl power.
it.
Girl power. And
Why?
so this looks like Mordo with Stephen Strange while he's being shackled.
Yeah, but I saw this coming. Like, come on.
Oh, so you think that Mordo is going to confront him at the Illuminati headquarters?
Oh, for sure. I think he's going
Yeah,
to be
interesting.
enabled to. I think that is his purpose of being
Oh,
involved, to get him there. That
interesting.
is part of. It's like, oh no,
They
you get
hired
to
him
have
to
him.
get him. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to have him because they had a mutual. Okay, so the Illuminati or whomever this group is, they would need Doctor Strange. They would need Stephen Strange either in captivity so that he
Mhm.
doesn't change whatever needs to be changed because it will mess up what they have going on, or so that he does change something to benefit them.
Mhm.
Either way, to get him there, they needed Mordo because nobody else has the abilities and the
Right.
know-how to track him and to bring him in.
Right. Yeah, that
So
makes
at that
sense.
point, it's like, hey, look, let us have our time with him. And after that, you can have your bloodbath.
Right.
You know.
A trial by combat.
Mhm.
And then more of this little town thing blown up. We get America Chavez. This totally looks like they added this.
They did 1000%.
Yeah,
This is
because like
a
look how
late cut.
much. Yeah, like a late edit. Look how much
Mhm.
she stands out from the background.
No, I don't even think I don't even think that she was in this location. I think that's a real location they shot in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I want to say to do that they would need blue and not a green, but either way, they just screened that into the background and projected her
Yeah,
over it.
they just
And it's obvious.
composited her right
Yeah.
into it. Yeah.
And it's obvious, but the reason that it's acceptable is this right here, what's coming, because this is an animated shot anyway.
Look at
It's
that
not.
face.
It was her first time on the wire.
That
She
should
was
be our
scared, man.
thumbnail.
Look, she was scared on the wire, bro. Give her a break.
Yeah.
She got the shot.
Show us your war face.
But
and that's where she punches, and she's got super pew pew
Supernova.
powers, supernova powers. Yeah.
Well, and so this is what I say now. So that looks exactly like that explosion of that person flying and fighting, but it's the lack of control in this that makes me think there's no way that that thing flying around fighting Scarlet Witch is America Chavez.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe.
And mind you, I'm getting all this from a trailer. What do I know?
Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, they could just be in a dimension where Captain Marvel is in the mix. You know,
why would they want to bring her back?
Actually doing her job for once.
Doing something. I mean,
yeah. They had slated. What was it? Only 3 months ago, they were still talking about doing the Captain Marvel 2 movie.
Yeah.
I don't think they're talking about it this month. That's not just so we're clear.
What are we in? This Octopus Man. That was
and that looks like Wong, you know.
It does sort of somebody. Yeah, Octopi. Kind of a little bit like Suicide Squad in the animation.
Okay, I get you.
Kind of looks like Starro.
Okay, I didn't see Starro, but it definitely has that same as well. Suicide Squad feel to the action. Dang, I wanted to see. I hope there's at least one more scene. Excuse me, one more slide of that when we're at it. One more frame. That's the word I'm looking for. So really quick before we push forward with this, I think that previous scene proves what we were saying a little earlier about Wong and his level of importance, even though maybe he wouldn't be able to, have the strength and the will to defeat, say, Dormammu or something of that nature. Because he's always, every single time, he's doing some of the more important things that just aren't, kind of, I would say that kind of like Peacemaker. He does all the dirty work, and then, here comes Doctor Strange or somebody else to take all the credit.
Right. Scarlet Witch here, looking like she's about to.
But which one?
Enslave somebody. Which Scarlet Witch? I don't know. The one that has a broken head. that's all of them. Never mind.
Broken heads, exactly.
Right through the eyeball.
Oh, see, we could. I was gonna see if we could see anything in a reflection.
And we see here Wong hanging from a thread, and we got
fighting dark
Dementors.
Dementors. Yeah, those would just be more dark entities that Strange is fending off, I guess, or controlling. Yeah. I can't even tell.
It looks like he's trying to keep them away. Move them. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know, very nondescript, bad spirit CGI. So
look like an oil smudge to me.
Oh, and this is that's probably what this is, because this is the evil Strange turning into the Shiva or the Kali.
So this reminds me of when Strange had went through the used the time stone.
Yeah, when he went up against Thanos. Yeah,
it reminds me of that. So this would be the evil version of him tapping into that same.
I think this is the necromancer version of Doctor Strange.
Right. So that reminds me, in one of some of the things I was looking up. So I noticed we know there's fan-made clips, but we also know that there are also privately released clips that are exclusively given to certain people. One of those released clips did come out as what looks like a zombie Strange and a zombie Wanda. So apparently one of the universes, necromancy I could see happening. Because that's exactly
so maybe the House of M thing did happen in a separate universe where Wanda killed the entire universe, and Doctor Strange brought them all back through necromancy. Yeah,
always trying to fix something.
Always. Well, that looks pretty cool. And then you get Doctor Strange and the
Goes together
something
like magnetic
something,
puzzle.
yeah,
The
something
something
something boogaloo
universe. Something boogaloo.
on May 6th.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, man. The Multiverse of Madness is gonna be a really good movie. We can all say that, but
Mm,
I can also say they are going to have to clarify a lot with this movie.
mm.
And unfortunately for them, part of what they're going to have to clarify is WandaVision.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have to clean that up a lot. We'll see
Mhm.
how that works. I don't
And
know.
and I'm really realizing now they used WandaVision as a terrible rollout for this movie.
Hmm.
As a lead up to this, it's terrible. As
Oh,
a
it's too many
standalone, it's
years.
pretty good. Right. That's
Yeah.
exactly the problem.
Yeah.
It's it reminds me, it takes me back to that whole Black Widow movie and where it should have been placed versus where we got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just one
Bad
of those.
placement,
Mhm.
of course. Yeah.
Save
Coronavirus,
WandaVision.
probably.
Right. Save the WandaVision show. Give me that at the end of this year, after the summer, after this movie, and I might actually be more interested.
Or before, right before,
Right. Yeah. Have it
heading
come
up
out right
into
now.
it. Yeah.
Have that come out Wednesday, and Moon Knight could have already been out because
Right.
I don't see that. Well, actually, I do believe that could somehow come into play with this too
We'll
because of
have to see.
chaos.
We'll have to
Just
see
because
next
that
Wednesday.
we'll
We'll
definitely
find
see
out
this Wednesday.
this Wednesday. Yeah.
This Wednesday. But you know, and I only say that again. I want to make sure I connect the dots for that for everybody who doesn't understand. Chaos is a resounding theme between Moon Knight and Doctor Strange, at least the Multiverse of Madness. So
Good
chaos.
enough. All right. Well,
Good enough.
we will see May 6th, and so will
Yes.
you.
So do you have? I have a few other tidbits I wanted to try to run through really quick. You have anything else you wanted to talk about? Concerns, thoughts?
Nah, I'm good, man.
All right. So most of these thoughts I have here, some of the things we've already checked off. We checked off Mordo, Wanda, Wong, the Ultron bots. I said we checked that off pretty well. The different multiverses, the timekeepers we did not touch on. Do
Hmm.
you think the timekeepers, the different timelines with the multiverse will come into play? And I'll answer that as after you.
I mean, it would be smart to add them in if Loki's getting a second season,
Right, which
but
has been confirmed.
I don't know how I don't know how that would go because where we left off, right? The TVA is still in charge, right?
Mhm. Yeah, where we
So
left off, the TVA is still in charge, but it's a different TVA.
right, and Kang is the head of it.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, I guess if you went into Kang's lair, then yes, you might see some sort of TVA involved people.
Mhm.
I could see that. Yeah.
Okay, so you
I
have
don't
a
think it'll be Loki though.
no, I don't either. You have the same or somewhat of the same theory that I think I came to. After realizing that that looks so much like Kang's lair, I figured
Mm.
that the Sinister Strange runs the TVA.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
I'd
he?
be down with that.
Yeah, I believe Sinister Strange runs the TVA, but initially I thought Professor X could run the TVA until I started doing the superior
Hmm.
Iron Man thoughts and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
Um, and only thinking they'll probably only call him Superior Iron Man because it's a different universe, and this is the Iron Man that apparently controls tech with his brain.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Um, so let's see, what else did I have up here? We already America Chavez. I don't really care where Captain Marvel is.
Neither do
I'm
I.
just curious about how they're gonna go with this America Chavez. We touched on so we also touched on the new Iron Man, Superior Iron Man, the Zombie Verse. So did I mention that? The Zombie Verse?
Hmm.
Oh man,
How? Yeah, we were talking about how it could be the House of M situation in a different universe, and
that's
then
literally
Doctor
the last thing
Strange
we
brings
talked
them
about.
back through
Yeah, you're right.
necromancy. Yeah.
Literally the last thing we talked about. Okay, so it actually turns out I don't have a list of things. I have one thing that we did not talk about on air, but I did mention it right before.
Hmm.
And through some of my research, there were some theories out there. We know there's always some speculation about a lot of different things out there. Who's going to play the new Iron Man? Blah blah blah. There is a theory out there that there could be another element wielder that is going to be coming into fold with uh, Professor X, and maybe that's who we saw and not Magneto with the cape-looking thing on the screen. That person being Storm. There is a theory out there or some word out there that Halle Berry may be reprising her Storm role. And the only thing that really makes that even somewhat believable, why I would even say it on air, because if it wasn't for this little tidbit that was added, I would not care. I would just be like, it's not happening. But I felt the same way when they said Professor X was going to be in this. I thought that was malarkey as well. So the reason that I think that could be valid is Halle Berry apparently has been rocking the short silver hair on like whatever appearances wherever she's been lately. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention.
Yeah, I could
don't know if
see
it's
it.
true. I just hope it's true. So I mentioned it. I'm speaking it into existence.
Sure. I mean, I could see it. I think that if it's not the Illuminati situation, then it could be a sort of like I don't know, sort of like a beefed up X-Men where they run more or they control more of the world or something like that. So
where
like that might be interesting.
Where Magneto and Charles decide to join forces, and by that point, you gotta bring Aurora in because she ain't gonna be your lackey.
Right, of course. Yeah, you would have, Storm is one of the original X-Men, so yeah, it would make sense that she
and
would
a goddess.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Which I just wish they would give that more credit sometimes in this. It's like, so she wasn't a superhero. She's a what now?
Oh, you're gonna see all of the fanfic for Thor and Storm coming soon.
Better believe it. Look, and let's be clear. A few years ago, everybody wanted to see Storm and Black Panther. Now people are just on the cusp of not even wanting you to touch the Black Panther series. So definitely some Thor and Storm fanfare coming your way.
Right, for sure. All right. Well, you got anything else, man?
That is all I have for the strange verse of Multi Madness. No, I'm joking. For the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange #2, which is coming to theaters May 6th. Man, I really appreciate you guys for hanging out with us here. We can turn even a trailer into some really interesting topics, and we appreciate you for hanging out, listening here at the Screen Time Continuum. We want you to come back and talk to us, listen to us, drop a comment, or just tell your friends and talk about us behind our backs. We don't really mind. Just, hey, check in these videos. That's all we really want you to do, and let us know that you enjoy them. Screen Time Continuum will be here on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. for you. We also have the Exo Fathom on Mondays. That comes on at 8 p.m. If Numbers Could Talk on Tuesdays, that comes on at 8 p.m. Can you tell we like 8 p.m.? It's a really good time, guys. Thursdays and Tuesdays, you can check out around 10 o'clock. Strawberries and Coffee on Twitch. Dejan's always going to be over there giving you some really cool things, new games, old games, something on the Game Pass in the archives, or maybe a game that he bought a while back and just hasn't played. He's going to be streaming those for you. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe on everything. Make sure you hit that notification bell for Twitch for Dejan on Strawberries and Coffee. Reason being, he goes live impromptu. Sometimes it's just not on the schedule, but he felt like letting you see what he was enjoying for that day. So make sure you check that out. Also, check him out on YouTube. After you do all of those things, you've liked, subscribed, hit everything, scroll through all of that content, save the ones you like to watch later. Come on back over here at Screen Time Continuum. We'll be here again for you on Wednesday, giving you the first episode of Moon Knight. We appreciate you guys, and come on right here back with us for the Screen Time Continuum. My name is Keelan, and
I'm Nick.
Oh, did you see the timing on that, guys?
It worked.
We appreciate y'all.
Good night.
Night, guys.